Hey, welcome back to Teaching in Room 9, our region's largest classroom. My name is Julia, and I'm one of the second grade teachers at the Soulard School. Here for Teaching in Room 9, all of my lessons focus on math for second graders, but everyone is always encouraged to join. Welcome back. I hope you guys are having a really good week and that you're able to enjoy the weather, get outside. And I'm really excited to be here with you guys again for us to be able to do some awesome learning and math, specifically working with patterns this week. All right, so you guys know I'd love to start our lessons with something called the Mindful Minute. And we practice all these mindfulness exercises because they help us to feel more centered, focused, and ready to learn. It really helps us to be present in the moment when we're able to take that time to slow down, focus on your breathing, pay attention to your body and your mind, and see what it is that you're needing. A lot of the times I feel like throughout the day, I don't even realize how much tension I'm feeling or that I'm feeling stressed or overwhelmed until I take that second to slow my body down and take some deep breaths. So that's what we're going to be doing here today. We'll do some mindful breathing. And since we've been working with patterns for 2 weeks now, and we know that patterns, they go on and on and on. So we've been doing some different rolling exercises. We've rolled our necks. We've rolled our shoulders. Today, we're going to work on rolling our wrists. Okay, so we're going to take our deep breaths together. I'd like you to sit up nice and straight and tall. Release any tension in your shoulders or your neck. And we like to sit up really nice and straight too, because that helps us to really open up our diaphragm and get all of those amazing deep breaths, all that air getting into your lungs. Okay, so we're going to breathe in through our nose, counting to 3, and out, counting to 3. Ready? Breathe in. And out. Sometimes I like to close my eyes so I can really focus on those breaths. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Let's take one more deep breath in through your nose. Feel your chest rise as your lungs fill with air. Breathe out through your mouth. Feel your chest start to fall as all that air is leaving your lungs. Now I'd like you to try and stretch out those arms. Sometimes I get a lot of tension in those arms. And I can feel it up in my shoulders and in my forearms and my wrists as well. So if you're still focusing on taking those deep breaths, you're going to breathe in through your nose and push your arms out. Stretch. And as you breathe out, you're going to roll your wrists. Nice and slow. Nice job. Again, let's take a deep breath in through our nose. We're slowly going to push and stretch out our arms. Ready? Breathe in. Stretch. Feel it in your shoulders, your forearms, your fingers. And as you breathe out, you are going to roll those wrists. Nice and slow. Okay. Sometimes when I'm really stretching out my arms like this too, I like to take my fingers and I interlock them just like this. And then I get a really nice good stretch. Curve your back as well so you can feel that stretch in your back. Okay. Stretch back in and out, in and out. All right, friends, I hope that you're feeling more centered and ready to learn. That really felt good for me to really stretch out my arms, stretch out my shoulders. Makes me feel looser, more focused, and ready to learn. All right, friends, you guys know that our learning objective, it always is put in I can statements. And for the last 2 weeks, we've been focusing on I can, look for, and make patterns. We are trying to train our brains. It is the same way when you practice a sport. Maybe you play softball or baseball or basketball or football. And when you practice that skill, your muscles form what's called muscle memory, where your muscles remember what to do each time. So that's kind of what we're doing with our math brains. We are stretching that muscle, practicing over and over again so that our math brain is able to form that muscle memory. And once we start really looking for patterns and focusing on all of the different ways we can make patterns, then you won't stop seeing patterns and you will always be able to look at a problem and feel really confident and comfortable in how to solve it and different ways that we can arrange shapes, numbers, and the relationships that you see between different math concepts. So we are going to continue on with that. We're going to sing our song. Don't worry, I would never forget to sing our song together. We'll review this chart again quickly, or more quickly this time since we've gone over it for 2 days now. And then we're going to come back to the sheet that we started on working yesterday. So we'll go over that a little bit more today. All right, friends, I hope, because we've been singing this song for so long now, that you are able to sing along with me at home. All right, so it's again that same beginning part that we learned last week, and then we're adding on to it for us to be able to practice all these specific number pattern rules. Okay, and our tune again is The Ants Go Marching. Are you guys ready? All right. A pattern, it goes on and on, hurrah, hurrah. A pattern, it goes on and on, hurrah, hurrah. A pattern, it goes on and on. It could be shapes or numbers too. And when we solve the pattern rule, then we can extend, bum, bum, bum. A pattern can be growing or repeating. A pattern can be growing or repeating. A pattern can be growing where you add on more and more each time, or the pattern will repeat in all these ways, bum, bum, bum. A number pattern that's repeating can increase. A number pattern that's repeating could decrease. A number pattern, when you add or subtract the same each time, is a repeating pattern that will go up or down, bum, bum, bum. A number pattern that is growing can increase. Number pattern that is growing could decrease. Number pattern that is growing, you'll add on more each time, or you will subtract more each time, bum, 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 bum. Yay, nice job. You guys are getting so good at singing along with me. I know that this is getting stuck in your brains, and they help you to remember all of the different ways that we can look at and arrange patterns. All right, nice job, friends. Now we're gonna look at our chart right over here and review some of the things that we've been talking about, and we'll get back to this sheet right over here. All right, so again, we've talked a lot about how it's so important for us to learn math vocabulary because there are so many different terms, and if we don't understand what these terms are, we're gonna start to feel frustrated or overwhelmed when we look at a math problem. And we wanna feel confident in how to solve our math problems. So we need to understand the vocabulary so we know what the problem is asking us to do, and then we'll know how to solve it. So all this vocabulary is for number patterns. Again, increasing, does that go up or down? You got it. Increasing gets bigger, decreasing gets smaller. So here we've got increasing and decreasing, but both of these say repeating. Now, repeating patterns, is that going to be adding or subtracting the same number each time, or is it going to get bigger, the amount that you're going to add or take away? You got it, friends. Repeating is exactly what that word means. It repeats. It's the same number each time. So we know it's gonna be the same that we're either adding or subtracting. And we know if it's increasing, you're gonna add, and if it's subtracting, you're gonna take away. And again, we talked about too how we're really practicing these skills so we feel super confident in adding and subtracting so that we can also work with increasing and decreasing number patterns with multiplication and division as well. So again, increasing is getting bigger, and repeating, it's the same number each time. So we looked at two different number patterns here. We had 3, 6, 9, 12. We saw that we were adding the same number each time, and it was 3. That was our pattern rule, was to add 3 each time. And so then we were able to extend once we knew what that was, and we added a number on, and it was 15. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Then we came down to this one, and we saw that the pattern was 5, 10, 15, 20. My math brain immediately made the connection to skip counting by 5s. And I also made the connection to when we studied about clocks and knowing that in order to find the minutes, you got to start at 12 and skip count by 5s. So hopefully we're feeling pretty confident in our skip counting abilities. So I can look at that right away. My math brain knows my pattern rule is to add 5 each time. So if I'm adding 5 each time, I'm going to add on 5 to the last number here, which is 20, which gives us 25. Nice job. And then we come to this side, and we know decreasing is taking away. And it's repeating, so we know we are taking away the same number each time. So we looked at this first one, 50, 43, 36, 27. Now, right away, I don't recognize how much we are increasing or decreasing that decreasing it each time. Because once we figured out that it was 7, I don't really know 7 fact fluency super, super quick. So again, when we start to maybe feel overwhelmed or unsure of how to solve the problem, we just go from each number to each number, and then we'll start to see those similarities, and then we can make our prediction or best guess for what we think that the pattern rule might be, see if we're right, and then extend the pattern. So 50 to 43 is we have to take away 7. So then again, 43 to 36, I saw again we were taking away 7. 36 to 27, again, taking away 7. So if I'm at 27 and I need to take away 7 again, what would my last number be? You got it, friends. 27 minus or take away 7 is 20. So that's why we have our 20 right there. So it shows that we understood our pattern rule and we were able to extend. So then we come down to this one, 20, 18, 16, 14, 12. So what is our pattern rule? We know we are decreasing, so we're taking away. And we know it's repeating, so we know it's the same number each time. And immediately, my math brain knows about skip counting by 2s. My math brain also can recognize that all these numbers in the one place are even numbers. So I know that I'm taking away an even number. So I noticed here, 20, 18, 16, 14, we are taking away how many each time? You got it, we're taking away 2. So we're subtracting 2 each time. And even though maybe you're not super quick with like going backwards, you maybe feel pretty confident or comfortable in skip counting forwards by 2s, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So even just by knowing that, that helped me to be able to see right away, I know my pattern rule is I'm taking away 2 each time. So 14 minus or take away 2 was 12. Okay, then we came down to these 2 here, which are growing. Again, increasing gets bigger and decreasing gets smaller, but it's growing. So it's not the same number each time. It is going to get bigger, the amount that you're adding on or taking away each time. So we looked at this one here. We looked at 2, 4, 7, 11. Right away, I didn't recognize exactly what it was. So I looked from each number to each number. And then that was able to help me figure out how much I was increasing or adding on each time. So from 2 to 4, I add on 2. Then from 4 to 7, I add on how many? Yep, I added on 3. Then from 7 to 11, I added on how many? Yep, I added on 4. So first I add on 2, then 3, then 4. How many am I going to add on each time? What is my pattern rule? You are so smart, friends. We are adding on 1 more each time, right? We started with 2, then it was 3, then it was 4. So the next number would be, yep, it's 5. So what is 11 plus 5? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. All right, next one is 10, 15, 25, 40. So again, I noticed that it's either 0s or 5s. So I'm thinking that I'm probably adding on some 5s or 10s. So let's look at it closely because I'm not able to tell right off the bat exactly what it is. So 10 to 15 is how many am I adding on? Yep, we're adding on 5. Then 15 to 25, we added on 10. Then 25 to 40, I added on how many? 15. You're absolutely right. So if we went 5, then 10, then 15, how many am I going to add on each time? What am I going to add on to find my next number and extend that pattern? You're so smart, friends. It is. It's 20. We are adding on by, it's like increasing by 5s each time. So 5, 10, 15. The next one would be 20. And what's 40 plus 20? So we're adding these two numbers together. 40 plus 20 gave us 60. Nice job. Then over here on this side, we are decreasing. So we are taking away. And the numbers are getting smaller each time. But it is growing. So, which sometimes seems a little bit strange, right? Like decreasing, but it's growing at the same time. Like what? But we know that decreasing, we're still taking away. Our numbers are still getting smaller each time. But the amount that we're taking away each time is going to get bigger. That's where that growing comes in. So 43, 41, 38, 34. So 43 to 41. We are taking away how many? Yep, we're taking away 2 each time. Then from 41 to 38, how many did we take away? You got it, friends. We took away 3. So first I took away 2, and then I took away 3. I can probably already make that prediction. If I took away 2, then I took away 3. I bet the next one I'm going to take away 4. So then I double check, 38 to 34. I can see that I'm absolutely correct, and I take away 4. So if I took away 2, then 3, then 4, how many would I take away on the next number onto 34 in order for us to extend that pattern? Yep, we took away 5. So it was 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. So 34 minus 5 is 34. 33, 32, 31, 30, 29. Nice job. And then if I wanted to continue on, I would take away 6, and then 7, and then 8, and would keep going. And then we come down to this one here, 100, 90, 70, 40. We talked about last time how we noticed right away that it was all zeros. So I had a feeling that I was probably going to be taking away 10s. So 100 to 90, we took away 10. Then 90 to 70, we took away 20. 70 to 40, we took away 30. So if it was 10, then 20, then 30, how much would we take away on this last one? Yeah, we'd take away 40. But since I already have 40, 40 take away 40 is 0. Nice job. And then again, we're just going to touch on this vocabulary. Geometric patterns are what kind of patterns? Shape patterns. You got it. Number patterns are patterns with numbers. growing patterns, we are either adding on or taking away more each time. It's growing. The amount that we're adding or subtracting or multiplying and dividing would be getting bigger each time. That's where the growing comes in. Extend is when we add on to the pattern. Repeating is when you are adding or subtracting or multiplying and dividing and taking away or adding on the same number each time. Repeating the same number is either being added or subtracted. Decreasing and increasing. Increasing gets bigger and decreasing gets smaller. And then pattern rule, that's the rule that we figure out with our patterns in order for us to be able to extend the pattern. And arrange is how you put together your patterns. Nice job, friends. I hope that all this review between number patterns and geometric patterns that we worked with last week is really helping you to feel super confident and comfortable in your math brain and being able to stretch your brain and try new things. So we started working on this the last time. So just to review, I also had mentioned too that sometimes number patterns is more just dealing with the numbers and not the amounts, which sounds confusing, but our first two examples were a perfect example of that. So in the first one, it was 1, then it was 1, 2, then it was 1, 2, 3, then it was 1, 2, 3, 4. So then we added on again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're just putting those numbers in order and adding another one each time. So it's starting back at 1, and then you add on more each time. And then the last one that we left off on together was this one where it was 5, 6, 5, 6, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6, 5. So we realized that it was a 5, and then there was 1 6. Then there was a 5, and there was 2 6s. Then there was a 5, and there was 3 6s. So then we had a 5, and we added on 1, 2, 3, 4 6s. What if I wanted to continue this pattern? So we see that our pattern rule is 5, then another 6 each time. Because again, as a reminder, friends, right up at the top here, you can see these are all growing patterns. They are not repeating patterns, so they're going to grow and get bigger each time. So if it was 5 with 4 6s, we know that there would be, again, another 5. So I added another 5 right there. That's way bigger than all my other numbers. And then if I had 4 6s the last time, how many would it be this time? You got it, friends. Nice job. So if it was 4 6s, now it would be 5 6s. So we had that 5 again, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6s. So we were able to extend both of those patterns, and both of those patterns were really just patterns where the numbers were growing each time. So we weren't really adding or subtracting each time. We were just looking at those specific numbers. So now I want us to go to our next problem, which is number 3. Okay, so let's look at this again. It says 1, then it says 2, then 4, then 7, then 11. 1, 2, 4, 7, 11. So let's see. You know what? I'm making a connection here. Where might we see this same example or very similar example? 1, 2, 4, 7, 11. Nice job, friends. It's one of the ones that is on my chart. So in here, it started at 1. So it started by adding only 1. But here on our chart right here, we're adding on 2, then 3, then 4. So what was our pattern rule for that one there? You got it. So first, we added 1, then 2. So I'm even going to write it so you guys can see. So 1, we added 1, and that gave us 2. Then we had 2, and we added on 2, which gave us 4. Then we added on 3, which gave us 7. Then we added on 4, which gave us 11. So you see how I kind of did it just like it was in my chart there. You can see each time, and then I added 1, 2, 3, 4. So what would be our next one if we wanted to continue and extend the pattern? So if we're adding on 4 was the last one. 1, 2, 3, then 4. How many were you going to add on? Yep, we're going to add on 5. So 11 plus 5 is, we know, 16. But now we have to continue adding on together. So 16. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I need to add on how many? 6. Nice job. So 16 plus 6. What is 16 plus 6? I hear some of my friends saying, but in case you're a little stuck, let's figure it out together. We've got 16 and I need to add on 6. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Nice job. Okay. So I added on 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. How many do I need to add on this time? 7. And that would give us 22 plus 7 is... So smart, friends, 29. Then I would need to add on 8. So what is 29 plus 8? We are adding on each time, and it is a growing pattern, so we're adding on 1 more each time. Okay, so 29 plus 8 would be 37. 37 plus 9 would be how much? I can tell you're really thinking and working hard at home. Okay, so 37 plus 9, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. Nice job. And then the last one to add on 10 would be, what's 46 plus 10? Yeah, I always think that adding on 10 is an easier way, and it helps me with that fact fluency to just be able to know off the top of my head. Adding on 10 would be 56. All right, friends, we're going to stop there today. We're going to come back to this tomorrow. You did amazing. Thank you for all your hard work. We'll see you next time, friends. Bye.
Teaching in Room 9 is made possible with support of Bank of America, Dana Brown Charitable Trust, Emerson, and viewers like you.